Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the Heart Property Managers and my name is Winnie. So today I want us to talk about the rising dollar. Since the beginning of the year, the dollar has been rising and the shilling has fallen almost by 13%. And I'm talking as a real estate agent based in the high-end Nairobi real estate, and the effect of the dollar, almost 70% of the houses we are trying to sell or rent now are pegged to the dollar. And as you can see, the property that we're now showing is being rented at 3,500 USD. The argument of the owner of this property that majority of the clients around Runda Estate in Nairobi are the UN staff who are paid in dollars. Before the shilling fell, or before the dollar started rising to 160, when the dollar was at 100 or 98 shillings, this house was being rented at 300,000. The same house now is being rented at 480,000, and the owner of the house is not willing to back down. This is just one of those houses that I can showcase and share with you the effect of the dollar in on real estate in Kenya. So this confusion of the dollar against the shilling, because many people feel that they want to pay their rent in Kenya shilling, not in dollars. The landlords, on the other end, and this one I'm specifically referring to high-end Nairobi, and high-end Nairobi includes many estates around the United Nations, Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington, Kitusuru, Nyari, Lower Kabete, Spring Valley, and the likes, or along Kiambu Road, including Kitusuru. So all these areas, majority of the houses that are falling vacant right now, we are forced to change from the dollar, which the landlords are asking, into Kenya shilling, because even most of our websites are not configured into dollars. We are in Kenya, so naturally we are asking prices in Kenya shilling. But now we have to move to dollars. So this one is a 4-bedroom house located in Runda, very well maintained house on half acre. It doesn't have much extras in terms of whether it has a generator or it has power backup or a gardener is coming with it or any security system. The house comes as is, and you have to pay for your own gardener, you have to pay for your own security, you have to pay for your own water, and you have to pay for your own electricity. The asking price is 3,500 USD. If you calculate that with the current Kenya shillings at 161 or 162, it comes to about 480,000 Kenya shillings. This is before you hire day and night guard, which comes at about 50,000. So you're already at 500,000 Kenya shilling. Then you have to think about a gardener. You have to think about water. You have to think about electricity. You have to think about your domestic stuff, plus any other utility that you will incur as you live in this house. So when I look at it right now, it almost a situation where on one hand, the landlords are, especially the rental houses, are pegging their rent to the dollar because of the weak shilling. Yet majority, if you're in Kenya, of course, majority of people are looking for these houses. Can I say 70% of people are looking for houses are Kenyans, and they're earning money in Kenya shillings, not in dollars. What is your view about this? Because at the end of the day, for me as a real estate agent, you're still stuck with the right value of the house. You look at a house and you say, okay, if the house was 250,000 Kenya shillings about a year ago, the same house right now is 400,000 Kenya shillings. Wow. The effect of the dollar is really, really huge. On the flip side, diaspora purchases made in USD are the biggest gainers, as they are now getting more value, while homeowners who bought their units through off plan purchase remain unaffected by these costs. Yeah, and I believe um, I want to mention the effect of the dollar for diaspora. For the diaspora, I think those who are trying to invest right now in Kenya, this is the time. This is their moment to invest. Whether you are buying land or buying an apartment, whatever it is that you want to do in Kenya, if you're diaspora and you're listening to this. So look at this property. This is our second property located in Limuru. This property, the owner is asking for 2,500 USD. It is far off Nairobi town. When you come to apartments, majority of apartments that were being rented, a one bedroom, is now being rented at 600 USD. That 600 USD 2 years ago was equivalent to 60,000 for a two bedroom. But now 600 USD is something close to 100,000, you know. Now, when it comes to developers, since you're importing most of the things, since you're importing majority of the things, developers are also passing off these costs to those who are buying property. So the cost of purchasing property, the cost of, in fact, most of, I witnessed a property in Kilimani that I was informed as an agent that all the properties are only being paid in dollars. I think I don't need to mention, maybe I need to mention, but all the price they were asking was all in dollars. I don't know where we are headed. You know, a while back you'd hear other countries where the shilling has fallen and they're buying everything. The dollar is becoming more or less like the operating currency. But now I wonder what is going to happen to us. What do you think is going to happen for those who know about finances and do financial analysis and you know about the market? What do you think will happen? Because I think I've only met like this particular house. This was the last house I think on this dollar review thing. This particular house, the landlord said they're willing to rent it at $2,000, which I think is the fairest. But maybe the reason why they're willing to rent it at $2,000 is probably because it's near a highway, it's near the bypass. So such factors normally affect the rent because people think when you're near the highway, the issues of security, there's the issue of noise while you want to sleep. So, one of the areas that have been highly and mostly affected by this falling of the shilling is areas like Runda, Kitusuru, Nyari, Mudaiga, Lower Kabete, Spring Valley, most that are occupied by NGOs and the UN staff. And of course, the argument that they cannot keep their rents at what they were before the shilling started falling because their target clients, who are the UN, are continuing to be paid in dollars. You get that argument? So if a UN staff was being given $2,000 as rent allowance 2 years ago, what the homeowners have done is to translate that $2,000 into Kenya shillings and ask the rent equivalent. So $2,000 is like 380,000 Kenya shillings. So if a house was 250 or 200,000 2 years ago, that house is now 380,000. And the argument, most landlords, they know the UN staff and how much they're being paid. And I don't want just to focus on the UN staff. I think the issue of the dollar has affected even the sale prices for units. Most people who are selling their houses now want the sale agreement to clearly state that the price will be depend on the dollar rate at the time when they're signing the sale agreement. Yeah. So I thought about it today and I've been trying to adjust. I've been trying to adjust to the kind of rental prices and sale prices that the landlords are asking because I also don't want to put people in a bad place where I'm arguing with them about their houses. This house that you're seeing right now is $2,000, which I think is the fairest. Problem is when you try and tell someone this house is fairly priced, naturally someone thinks there's something wrong with it. So I don't know about you and your opinion about this. We as Kenyans, or I as a Kenyan, am aware that the shilling falling has really affected our lives generally, almost in all spheres. But when I bring it to real estate, this is something that I'm experiencing on a daily, and just adjusting myself to certain realities to be able to guide my clients properly is where I am right now. So if you have an opinion on how, wherever you are, how much has this affected real estate or your life, how has the dollar affected your life? So thank you very much for watching this video. Please share with me how much has the dollar affected your business, or how much have you benefited from the falling of the Kenya shilling. We have shared our own opinion as real estate agents, how much the dollar has affected the real estate business. And I believe going forward, the issue of the dollar against the Kenya shillings is going to continue affecting a lot of businesses. Bye.